And this is Wisdom from the Carpenter Shop. Tonight we have a little bit of a different topic and a object lesson we'd like to present to you. And recently in the news there's been at least 5 video clips that have been taken of Planned Parenthood personnel suggesting and intimating that they were taking the body parts of infants and selling them off to research labs or whoever else they were selling them off to. And folks, I find that rather pathetic. I find it very disturbing, and I especially find it disturbing because our federal government will not defund them. If I went to a graveyard and took a shovel and unearthed a grave and abused the corpse, I would be arrested and thrown in jail for probably a long time. That's what they're doing. They're taking the corpses and abusing them. They're selling them. They're marketing them. And I think we need to be disturbed about this. We need to be disturbed that people like Pelosi and Harry Reid and Obama and Hillary Clinton and a host of Republican and Democrat senators and congressmen refuse to do anything about it. And I am very upset and very disturbed by this. Yet on the other hand, there's a lot of people out there who just continue to have their abortions. In Hollywood, they're everywhere. Many of the Hollywood girls and women have abortions, many of them multiple times. And I thought I'd illustrate abortion this way. I have a beautiful little project here that I bought just today. It's a little spice rack, and it looks like it's made out of oak lumber. It spins around so you can keep it on a countertop, but it's not a very big project. It's not big like some of these other projects we build. And what if I decided to take this project and go over it a little bit with this hammer? What would happen to this project if I would go over with this hammer? Well, let's watch. Let's find out. Let me cover it. Let me put on my safety glasses so I don't get splintered. And we're going to see if we can improve upon this project by hitting it with this claw hammer. You can readily see that this project, that was a nice, good project, that was very useful for kitchen use, made out of nice oak, and now is in bits and pieces. I guess this now means that Planned Parenthood can come get these pieces out of my shop and sell them and give them away to whatever research groups they want to research the wood. That's what they're doing to the babies. And isn't that a shame? If I did that to my cat, I would be arrested. If I did that to my pet dog, I would be arrested. If I went and killed an eagle, I would be thrown in jail. And here's another example. Look at the bits and pieces of this thing. This will never be anything now but scrap. It will not be useful for any other purpose except for scrap. Let me hit this one more piece. Look at that. It's good for nothing. Here's a nice little vase. And what if I told you that this was an 18th century French vase, very expensive, and although it's a small, inexpensive little vase, if I destroy it, it won't be worth a dime. But you know what? I hate to destroy this. This is a nice little vase, but you know what? I think I'm going to take this claw hammer and I'm going to wail on this just for a minute to see if it can become useful. Can you imagine that? Watch. My. Look at that. Look at that. Bits and pieces. That's all it is now. Bits and pieces. And by the way, that's not a 18th or 19th century French vase. It's just something I picked up at a thrift store earlier tonight. And then finally, I went to that same thrift store and I found me a little plastic doll. Some little girl would love to have this doll to play with. She'd probably love it and care for it. She would, this is apparently supposed to be a blue baby because of the blue outfit perhaps, although it's interchangeable with pink outfits. And just imagine this. What if I took this project and put it right here and covered this little baby over with this here and I begin to wail on it? What would happen to that baby? The arms would fall off. The legs would fall off. It would be nothing but death in the front of my eyes. Well, I'm not hitting that baby because you know what? That just doesn't seem right. And if it doesn't seem right for me to hit this plastic little baby, What in the world are we doing in our country by supporting abortions and funding them and allowing the school counselors to advise girls without their parents' consent that they can go and get an abortion? Folks, it's all a money scheme. It's a way for people to hide the truth and not get caught and not be in trouble. Many of these kids in these schools would be in deep trouble with their parents. And by the way, if they are expecting, wouldn't that child be the granddaughter or grandson of that mother or father of that girl? Anyway, I am very disgusted and disturbed by our country. It tells us that morality is in a deep low because how we treat the youngest and the weakest among us is how our country really is to begin with. Now, this has been Wisdom from the Carpenter Shop. Take care and share this video with somebody else. Thank you so much, and this has been the abortion and the destruction of the family.